Shamyatītam khatam dukkham iti taptosmi chintaya jaradhrumaivogrena kotarasthena vannina. So Rama now tells further what is his sadhyavastha, what is his condition now. That's what Rama is telling. Condition is aham taptama asmi. Taptaha means I am scorched, I am suffering. That's why in our Shastra we have told you we have got three types of tapas. Suffering generally is called as tapa. As you get fever, how you are like that. So it is equated to fire. How even fire, when it is you are associated with fire, even summer too much heat, we suffer. Is it or not? Like that fever. Similarly, worries. Worries also burn you. Anxieties burn you. It's all a type of burning. Is it or not? That is the expression Rama is telling. So, तापलं. So, तापणे म्हणजे कसं? इथे शरीराचा ताप नाही आहे, मानसिक ताप. That's what Rama is telling here particularly. Hence, aham taptaha asmi. Taptosmi means you are that I am. मी आता तापाने खूप मला त्रास होतो, मानसिक त्रासाने. That is taptaha asmi. What is the tap here? Chintaya. Chinta, worry. Chinta means anxieties, worries, varieties of things. It can be anything. A fear also can create problem for you. Worry. So, chinta means whatever you think. Here Rama thing is certain type of thinking. That's what you all must understand. When are you having problem in the mind means some type of thinking. Can call it worry, anxiety, fear, uncertainties, many things. But all of them are common to make you not completely, particularly all right with the mind. And you say, I am not all right. All is not well with me. But what has created? Otherwise, physically or nothing, but mentally problems. So what is chinta? Mental problem. This is what is a speciality for human beings. The human beings, this is the Vasishtha. Understand? That is why all these things, why we say, though otherwise external situation, बाह्य, बाहर सब कुछ अच्छा है, चांगला घर है, सर्व वस्तु आहे, किती पैसा आहे, छान कपडा घालतोय, everything is nice. Understand itself. Otherwise, economically, materially, status-wise, position-wise, there's nothing wrong. But there is still problem. What is the problem? Mental. This is something unique for human beings. Vishesha. Is it or not? That's why people will ask, what is there for you? Everything you have got. In Tamil, they will say, Unakenna korai. This is what it is. This is what it is. These are all the things. Sulakai, Uda, Ina, Sarva. People ask this question. But in their opinion, from their standard, you should be very happy because all that is considered to be contributory for happiness. Hetu, Sukacha, Hetu. Understand itself. Sukacha, Hetu. Tripticha, Hetu. Sarva Tula Ahe. म्हणजे तुला काय हो, कशाला तुला त्रास? This is what is our thinking. Why? We think that they are all there means everybody should be very happy, very peaceful. But situation is not that we find. In spite of all of them, we claim we are not happy. This is what we are telling. This is what Vedanta is telling. Till you don't understand this, you will call Vedanta, as I told you, it is something pessimism. Not understanding this, people say Vedanta is pessimistic. It is non-progressive. It is not good. That is why we say you are not still yet ready for Vedanta. Until you don't understand this. Because, why you say? Because in your opinion still, there is nothing wrong with them. There is nothing wrong with them. They are all quite okay. That's what you say. For what they are okay? Why have you brought? That's why you must know. Everything when you brought it saying that if it is there, I'll be happy. If that is there, I'll be happy. That will make me happy. This will make me happy. Don't you say that? Every time we say that. And that's why many times we long for that, we crave for that. This is called raga, dvesha, our trishna, our thirst. Everything is that. Is it or not? Even a position you wanted, you got. When I get, I'll be happy. After getting that, you say, from that day, I am not happy. This is what you say. But you approach it with that outlook. Is it or not? So this is what a human being has to realize. We don't realize that. We don't understand that. And we are not willing to accept that. That's a problem. We are not willing to accept. And as long as you are not willing to accept, you cannot part with all these things. Means from your mind. You cannot part. That means you still have a value for. And as long as you give a value for all of them, natural, your mind will run after that. Man techa party janarat. म्हणून तुम्ही ध्यानाला बसला तर मन तिथे जाणार. That's why it has got value there. That is why it happens. Anything in life. That's why family is a contributory factor for chinta. Husband is a contributory factor for chinta. Wife is a contributory factor for chinta. Children are contributory factor for chinta. Office is a contributory factor for chinta. You all must understand. Business is a contributory factor for chinta. Is it or not? You must understand. But you approached and courted every one of them. Each one of them, in your opinion, they are going to contribute what? Happiness, security, comfort. This is what we do. So this mistake in all of them, it is not their mistake. उसका कोई गलती नहीं है. आपका भावना में गलती है. That is what you have to understand. But we shift the responsibility that तुझा मुळे, त्या मुळे, हे मुळे. This is what we always say. That's why we particularly always try to tell people, you are the cause for my problem. That is cause for this cause. That's why we try to change all of them, either run away from them, improve them, that, this we do. But still the problem still seems to remain. It doesn't go. So thus, you must understand the problem doesn't lie there. This is what Vedanta is telling. Until such time we are able to discern this, we will do only what we are doing. We will never follow what Shastra says. We will never follow. That is a problem with everybody. That's a problem with everybody. Why? In your opinion, you are still think that there is nothing wrong in what you are doing. Is it or not? This is what we must understand. These are all the things we must understand. That understanding and then putting sadhana is called real sadhaka, real adhikari. Otherwise, we try to tell you like you tell children. These are all the things you must understand. That's why I bring that example. I give the example from your own day-to-day life. Is either you tell your children or somebody else, your problem is your thinking. You are the responsible and all. You say, I don't think so. That's what next minute answer. Is it or not? Because in your opinion, there is nothing wrong. It is your thinking. Don't you tell people? Similarly is the case with each one of us with reference to our general life. So until such time, you are able to understand this, you will not think, so you will always have a scapegoat for your problem. You will have a scapegoat. कोणाला कारण दाखवायचं तुझ्यामुळे, ह्याच्यामुळे, त्याच्यामुळे. This is what you will do. This is how life is going in the people. That's why we try to shift people, run away from people, drive away things, change. This is what is going on in the world. But in spite of all of them, they don't seem to become free from their problem. Is it or not? Please, everything you must understand. Don't accept for somebody's sake, for your own sake. You don't oblige anybody. I told you Gita also. Don't try to oblige anybody. Oblige yourself. Because everything is for your sake. Until such time these things are understood, you are not matured. You are not matured. Until such time, our normal thing is, we always try somebody to particular scapegoat. That is the cause, this is the cause, this is the cause. Never I am the cause. But Vedanta says, who is the cause? Bhagavan has told you that remember always, Atmaiva Atmanaha Ripuhu. Shattu, Shattu, Shattu. This is what is that? This type of thinking, this type of opinions is the Shatru with you, means, a mind which thinks like that. A buddhi which has this value. So, your Shatru is not outside till you don't understand all your Shatru is outside. That's why we are dealing with external Shatrus. Thinking everything is there. That is why we are dealing with problem where there is no problem. And in the process, we particularly totally overlook the problem really where it lies. This is what is understand. This understanding is what is called Vivekam. 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 Until you don't understand, that's why you say you are still not understanding. I have been telling you. This you tell everybody. Same thing is Shastra is telling. So what is necessary? First of all, understand where lies the mistake, where lies the problem. Then only, that is why it is like a diagnosis in science and all. In medical science, other science, whenever they want to deal with anything, first they establish where and what is the problem. That process is what is called investigations. Investigations. All sorts of investigations. So that is what Vedanta says. That is why here more and more we saw in Tattva Bodha itself, Tattva Viveka Prakaram. There is a methodology of Vivekam, Vivechanam, which is called inquiry. In inquiry, that's why Vedanta is a process of Vichara, Tattva Vichara. So Vedanta is not doctrination. You shall do, you must do, and all. No. It is, education cannot be you must do, you must understand. You try to make people understand. That's why we are appealing to one's reasoning, the reason, the vivekam, the thinking. So until such time you are not able to reason out, विवेचन करूं शकत नहीं, आपसे नहीं होता है, आपको कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा और इससे कुछ फायदा भी नहीं होगा. No benefit, no benefit, no benefit. These are all the things we have been harping from Tattva Bodha throughout Gita everywhere. No difference here also. You must all understand that. So Rama says, that is why when do you worry? Again Rama says, I have been thinking, so worry. So problem. If you don't think, that's what sleep. Why in sleep no problem, I told you. Though otherwise you have got problem. Half an hour, 1 hour I didn't have problem. By God you didn't think. That's a problem. But the moment this machine starts, problem starts. Which machine? Thinking machine. This is a problem. So what is the easiest answer? Don't think. Other way, don't worry. काळजी करू नका. तुला काय सांगायला? Next minute that comes the answer. That's why that is not a solution. That is not a solution. Because everybody gives this advice, no? Why are you worrying unnecessarily? Don't worry. That's what everybody will say. That's why Vedanta is not telling you, don't worry. You understand now? Vedanta is not telling you, don't worry. But Vedanta says, understand what causes all these things. Where lies the problem? The problem is mistake. Understand? Problem is mistake. Because why? Where there is no problem, you project a problem. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's why in Vedanta, what is not there and you give a reality is called Mithya. That's everything is Mithya. That's why this understanding will change the whole thing. That is the example of rope and snake is for all these things. रज्जू सापाचा उदाहरण याच्या करताच आहे. म्हणजे ज्या तिकडे नाही तो आहे म्हणून भीती वाटणे. ज्यापर्यंत नाही पण आहे म्हटल्यावर काय होणार? भीती वाटणारच. तसा मनामध्ये त्रास. ज्याच्या कारणच नाही, हेतू नाही, पण आहे 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 म्हटल्यावर असणारच, जाणार नाही. That's what it is. So what is the solution? प्रत्यक्ष तो गेला नाही पाहिजे का हो? तो हाय नाही ना, म्हणून ते साप गेला पाहिजे. अरे साप असल्यावर जायचं. तिथे साप नाहीये पण मला दिसतो म्हणून तुझ्या मनात आहे साप. म्हणजे साप कुठून गेला पाहिजे? तुमच्या मनात. काय दुसऱ्यांना काय तिथे त्रास नाही ना, साप नाही, पण तुला मात्र त्रास आहे. For you there is, because your mind has got. That's why pratyek each one's problem is peculiar way. It is only for your mind. That's why you say, you don't know my problem. You will never understand my problem. That's what it is. Everyone's problem is peculiar to oneself, visheshan to oneself. These are all the things we must understand. Certain things general we can do. But the human problem is peculiar to everyone. That's why Arjuna's problem looks special to Arjuna. Rama's problem looks special to Rama. But it is general for everybody because this is common to all human beings. What? Manasik tras. That is all. Manasik tras. That is our topic. But what gives manasik tras? Whatever thinking you do, manasik tras. कशाबद्दल? त्यामुळे. याच्याबद्दल? त्यामुळे. That's what. But what is common? विचार, चिंतन, चिंतन, चिंतन. होते का नाही? That's what it is. So this is what Rama says. So taptosmi chintaya. Chintaya. Rama is telling, my problem is not outside because शारीरिक healthy, कुछ त्रास नहीं है. Everything is okay. पण मानसिक खूप आहे. कोणाला दिसणार? कोणालाही दिसणार नाही. फक्त मला दिसतो. Only for me, nobody else. That's what it is. So that is what is being told. Taptosmi chintaya. What is the reason? Iti. आता चिंतन. माझं चिंतनचं कारण असं आहे. Iti. Iti. What is that? Idam. इदम म्हणजे आतापर्यंत जे सांगितलं मी ते सर्व. व्हॉट एव्हर आय हॅव बीन टेलिंग अप टू नाउ. सुरुवात पासून इथे आणि आतापर्यंत काय काय मी सांगितले ते सर्व. इदम इदम इदम. व्हॉट इज दॅट? इदम दुःखम. दुःखम मीन्स ऑल दॅट आय हॅव बीन टेलिंग यू, द लाईफ अँड द प्रॉब्लेम. जीवनामध्ये काय काय आहे सर्व मी सांगितलं. ऑल दॅट uncertainty, this problem, that problem, which we find not able to solve them. Understand itself. हे कसं सोडायचं, हे त्रास कसं सोडायचं, ते सोडायचं. This problem that are there. All of them is Rama is telling. Idam dukkam. Katham shamyati. How can it shaman? Is there a nivaranam for that? Will it end? Can we solve this problem? I have been thinking. But I have not been finding a solution. Understand? This is what you always say particularly. मी खूप विचार केला, मला काही मार्ग सुचत नाही. That is what it is. That's what Rama is telling. Rama also has been thinking. काय मार्ग सुचले नाही आतापर्यंत. याच्यातून कसा बाहेर पडायचो, याच्या निवारण काय करू, याचा उपचार काय करायचं. This Rama says, I have not been able to solve this problem. So I don't know what to do. मला कळत नाही काय करायचं, काय करू. That's what Rama is telling. Because Rama is a human being like, that's what I told in the beginning. You must understand that. This is what every human being says. If you can solve a problem, nothing. आहे का नाही? जेव्हा मार्ग सुचलं तुम्हाला, काय त्रास नाही आहे. Whenever you find a solution, you have no problem, so you can solve it. But when the problem tension starts, त्रास कधी आपल्याला काय करू शकत नाही तेव्हा. When you are not able to do. And you don't find, sometimes you don't want to ask others also. You feel some sort of a reservation in you. I don't want to ask anybody. These people always only blame you. These are all the things you will say. If you go to ask somebody, they always try to find fault with you. What is the use of asking people? Sometimes you have that also. Is it or not? These are all the type of thinking we have. Rama is going to tell that. Rama is going to tell that. So that condition being there, Rama says here particularly, idam dukkham khatam shamyati. This type of thinking is my chinta. Tena taptaha asmi. Tyamule mada manati tapan particularly. Now Rama gives a particularly example. Udaharana. Particularly he says now. Iva means just as, like even. There is a one iva particularly. Kotarasthena vannina jara druma taptaha. Jara druma means you can take a tree, either old or dry or even living or weak, whatever it is. And in that there is a hole. Jaradruma kotarastha. Kotara means a hollow, a gap, whatever it is, particularly in that. Tasmin vanni means agni. Either somebody puts fire or something has happened, fire is there. It is just like fire in your stomach. Kotat agla mantas now. Tasa manat agla hai. That's what Rama is telling. Understand? Tamil Nadu, Vayate area of it. These are all the examples. Understand it. So heartburn. Heartburn is what now? These expressions you are having, that's what Rama is also telling here. Understand it. So like that Rama says, my particularly mind and heart is burning with this dukkham and scorched. Shankaracharya says in other place particularly, samsara davagni dukkam dhoduyamanam duradrishtavadaiti. Shankaracharya says, samsaram is dava agni. Like Maratha, I told you, but in Tamil Nadu they say, samsaram, hinsaram. That's what it is. Everything you can compare. The comparison is there, many things. How they are all shocking. Electric shock is that. Samsara is an electric shock. That's what they say. Because every moment it gives you a shock. Understand? Till you get electric, you can keep on giving shock. That is what it is. Why all this comparison? Because some similarity is there. So people use these phrases with all these things. That Rama is also something he is using here. So that's what he must want to express himself. What is my problem? How it is he is expressing through an example he thinks. So if a particular tree is there, and if the tree, as we say today, science, tree has got life, all those things you say, and if a living tree, if it is particularly troubled with fire, how it will be suffering, is it or not? Like that, Rama is telling. This is what our human beings, one side we all want to grow more tree. But especially these particular people who are sleeping, and these certain people, they don't have least concern. I've seen many places. They collect all these dry things, put under a tree and burn it. I can't understand this. One side you want to particularly save a tree, and you are directly setting fire at the root of the tree. What is happening? One day I shouted at one lady who had collected lot of particularly these shrubs and all, and started burning it just under the root of the tree. I said, what are you doing? Why don't you put it little this side and burn? Why should you do it on the root of the tree? Poor things. All the things that happens. People don't have this concern. One side we talk big things. Another thing, this protection is not there. Protection is not there. So that's why Rama is telling, what will be the suffering of the tree when you burn? Like that is my suffering here. That's the example. Understand? Say, Dadala kasa watnaro? Kashan vato, gar watnar ka. When your feet is, and there somebody burns something, how you will feel? Like that only. Like that only. Like that in my mind there is burning going on. That's what Rama is telling. Now there is one small thing you have to say. This is in our Shastra. There are two words in Sanskrit. This here it is Chinta. There is another word is Chita. Now tell me, what is the difference between Chinta and Chita? Something common. If you remove that particular Anuswara or Bindu, both are what? Chita. Chita. Both are Chita. That means, a Chita means generally a dead body being burned is called Chita. But their Chita is the fire. A dead body is not called Chita. But when fire is set onto a dead body, it is called Chita. 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 You must understand this. Understand this. So Chita is where fire, and that fire is called Chita. That is why if you go to Ujjain, and Mahakaleshwar is one of the Jyotirlinga. If people have gone there, in that temple, only in that temple, for that Mahadeva, there is a special puja. Special puja in the morning daily, and that is called Chita Bhasma Lepanam. Chita Bhasma Lepanam. Because according to our Shastra, Bhagavan Shankara is dancing always in the particularly Smashanam. Smashanam. And what is the powder that he applies? That is why in the Mahimna Stotram, if you know, Chida Basma Lepa Srikara Nirakoti Parikaraka Amangalyam Sheelam Tavatu Bhavaiva. Understand itself, it is said there. So, even though all this particularly habit of yours doesn't look like particularly Amangalyam. This is what Parvati's mother told Parvati. You didn't get any other boy to love. What type of life this fellow is having? There is no house for him. Where does he live? In the cremation ground. What is the dress he is having? Some skin he is putting on. And what powder he is applying. Understand itself. And who are his companions? You went and loved this fellow. Nobody else. But anyway, as any girl will say, I love him. What am I to do? That's what it is. Understand itself. This is how the whole thing that happened at that time. So, generally from opinions, Bhagavan Shankara is not someone who can be loved. Understand itself. Some people generally say, these are all the outlook people are having. If you always pray to Shankara, you will become pauper only. Because he is pauper. One fellow told, in our ashram, one fellow came and he told, आप लोग ने आश्रम में क्यों शंकर को रखा है? आपका आश्रम में एक गंबड़ी में आएगा। क्यों? ये हमेशा भिखारी है, इसका हाथ में क्या है? भीख मांगता है, तो आपको भी वही मिलेगा। That is why Bhagavan Shankara is only for moksha guru, moksha devata. It's a moksha devata. That is why if at all you want money, you must have Narayana Lakshmi. Lakshmi Narayana. Then plenty of money will come. That's why Tirupati, plenty of money. Though there is no Lakshmi there, but whether Narayana hai to Lakshmi jarur hona chahiye. Understand? Like you see all Shiva mandir, kitna paisa aata hai? You must see. You must see. Because Shiva wants only a lota pani dalo, but usko kya chahiye? Dusra kuch nahi. That's why Bhagavan Shiva is called Ashutoshi. Ashutoshi. Bengali people give Ashutosh. It is Ashutoshi. Ashu means Shigram, quickly. Tushti means Santushti. थोड़ा पानी डालो, एक बेल का पत्ता रखो, संतुष्ट हो गया। क्या हमको ठंडा करो, बस खलास। थोड़ा कुछ नहीं चाहिए। That is very easy to please Bhagavan Shankara. बट विष्णु के लिए ऐसा करने से नहीं चाहिए, उसको पानी डाल देने चाहिए, पानी डालेगा कला. अंडरस्टैंड इट्स. तो दैट्स व्हाई विष्णु के लिए अलंकार, कितना अलंकार करना पड़ता है. एवरीथिंग. पैसा चाहिए, रेशमी कपड़ा चाहिए, सोना चाहिए, ये चाहिए, पैसे. बिना पैसा नारायण के पास जाएगा तो नहीं चलेगा. तो पैसा देके पैसा ले भाई. That's why in Tirupati they are all putting plenty of money. So take back, give and take. This is the human being, I tell you. So उधर से डालेगा तो मिलता है करके सब लोग उधर जाता है. So who will go to शिव मंदिर? जिसको संसार से छूटने का वो जाएगा. You must understand. It is only I am telling you what is the thing in our Shastra. So now, I am read from Chita to all these things. Okay, please. I am coming back now. So if at all you go to Mahakaleshwar, there is a special puja. And they told us that previously they used to directly bring Chita Bhasmam from cremation ground daily. Cremation ground, Chita Bhasmam used to come. Now they are arranged something, there itself they are making some Bhasma and all. And there is a particular puja, which is special puja, Chita Bhasma Lepanam. Decoration and all done nicely with Chita Bhasma. And after some time they will remove it. It's a special puja. And big crowd there. We were lucky because we have got somebody with us who took us. We were standing here near Bhagavan and all the pujas were done. Almost 1 hour it takes for the puja to get over. You can stand and watch everything completely. So now, Chita means fire. Now understand. Now this fire, what does it do? Now Chita is fire. Which fire? That which burns dead body. So Chita will burn only dead body. You must understand. Marela murda ko jalata hai kaun? Chita. Chita. But चिंता किसको जलाता है? That is what Rama says. Chinta burns jivanta. The living human is being burned by chinta. I think Chita is better than Chinta. That way dead body is not crying. मुर्दा रोता है क्या? मुर्दा रोता नहीं, बाकी लोग रोता है. उसको जलाता है फिर भी वो रोता नहीं. क्यों? Because there is no problem. So which is better, Chita or Chinta? That is why Chita is not problem because it does only when you want. And if you are careless, it will burn you. But Chinta, idhar bhi aaya, jalata hai, jalata hai, jalata hai. So that is why our samsara is what? Jalan. कौन सा जलन? चिंता जलन. कौन सा चिंता? When you think of love, जलता है क्या? Yes. Love also will burn you when you don't get what you love. ज्या तुम्ही प्रेम करता भेटत नाही तर त्रासच आहे. पण ज्या प्रेमाचा भेटलं तर चिंता आहे. There is no problem. So all chintas are not problem. But there is a type of chinta which always creates. That is why kama burns you. That's why in English it is all called heat and fire. Understand? Kama is like a heat. It is like a fire. It burns. Means disturbs your mind. Like fire disturbs. त्रास देतो मनामध्ये कामा, इच्छा सर्व त्रास देतो. केव्हा? तृप्त नाही झालं, नाही भेटलं तर किती त्रास होतो. So you all must understand, love also creates lot of problems. In love people cry. In love people are all longing, craving, what all things are going on in life. Understand itself. So you cannot say all love is good. There are some people, many people's problem is love itself is a problem. So you cannot say, no, love is, there is no problem at all. Love is the origination of lot of problems. Lot of problems. We all must understand. So thus we all should understand why in our Shastra all these things are told, because they are contributory factor for this human special problem which I Told you, called chinta, otherwise called manasika tapam. Manasika tapam, which itself another word we are going to use. Rama is going to tell adi. It is going to be told as adi. Two words are there. Adi, vyadhi. Vyadhi means all forms of diseases. Roga. Sharirik roga is called vyadhi. Vyadhi. Physical. Anything is vyadhi. But when it is at the level of mind, which is called chinta, it is called adi. 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 Tata tha tha. Adi. So that is why in our prayers and all, adi vyadi prashamanam. Both. That's why it is all said there particularly. Both are. So which we should understand all these different, like I told you, shokam and dukkham. That shokam is what is called adi. Here Rama gave dukkham. But manasika dukkham is a chinta causing dukkham manasikam. So it is adi, which he is going to tell later. He will tell later that particularly. Okay. Now himself he says now. Now what is the state of my mind or hrudayam? मेरा दिल कैसा है अभी हिंदी में? दिल भर के बोलते हैं ना, मेरा दिल में क्या भरा है अभी? Rama is telling अभी. That's what Rama is telling. Next one. Next one. संसार दुख पाषाण नीरंध्र हृदयोप्यहम् निजलोक भयादेव गलत भाष्पम न रोदिनी. Rama having told what is my condition, Rama says, माझा हृदय भरलेला आहोत. भरलेला आहे, जागा नाही. काय ठेवून कशाने भरले हो? दुःखाने भरलं. That is what Rama is telling. How it is, he says now. So, samsara dukkham eva pashanam. Samsara dukkham pashana nirandra hridaya. My hridaya is like a pashana, means a rock. A dagada Maharashtra. Understand? What is, can you find any space to keep water? I want to keep some water being one rock. Can you keep water? Why? Why not keep some water in rock? There is no space in it. There is no space. A porous at least can keep water. But can you? That is a pour water, water will not enter the rock. Understand it? That means there is no space. So, pashanam means, jisme jaga nahi. Means wherever jaga nahi, how do you say? Barlela Maharashtra. It is full, no space. So Rama says, Mama Hrudayam. Mama Hrudayam. Means my dil, my heart, whatever you want to say, called mind. My mind is like a pashanam, there is no space. Why? It is full. It is full. That's why Pashana Nirandra means like Pashana Nirandra, no space. No space. That is what it is. Nirandra, no space. Like a Pashanam which has no space in it, जिसमें जागा नहीं है, ऐसा मेरा हृदय में भी जागा नहीं क्यों? पूर्ण भरा है. किससे? संसार दुखेन. संसार दुखेन. That's what Rama says particularly. ऐसा हृदय अपि अहम, मेरा मन ऐसा अवस्था में होने से भी, होके भी, in spite of my mind being so much full of so much of dukkham, worry, whatever that is there, anxiety, everything, in spite of that, I say okay be, Rama bolta hai. Still what is my condition? Rama says particularly, aham galat bashmam na rodini. Na rodini, I am not crying, me radat nahi ho. एवढा दुःख तू काय तू कसा रडत नाही तू? कोणी विचारलं? बिकॉज जनरली इफ यू हॅव गॉट सम सॉरो, व्हाट यू डू? Cry. That's why some people don't cry, especially these days, even when death is there, people don't cry. Olden days, everybody will particularly low. Nowadays, modern days, no cry. That's what. I told all these things in Gita. So Rama says here, though I am having so much of sorrow in me, but I am not crying. How? Galat Bashpam. Shedding tears. Bashpam. Galat means flowing. Doletun pani kadun. Maharashtra. Maharashtra they say doletun pani kadlo. Pani ala. Pani anla. सर्व म्हणतात का नाही? I am not doing all that. जलद बाष्पम न रोदिनी. वही रमा, काय तुला काय रडायचं तर रड ना, काय नाही हो, मला भीती वाटतो रामाचे. I am afraid of whom? निजलोक भयात. निजलोकम अपना आदमी लोग बाजू में है ना, वो लोग क्या सोचेगा, क्या बोलेगा, डर लगता है. सब लोग लगेगा क्या होता है, क्या होता है, क्या होता है, हजार प्रश्न. So I don't want all that. So that means I didn't want to show my sorrow to others. That's what many people, they create more tension. I tell you. That is why it is a therapy I told you in Gita. Understand itself. Why people are asked to weep and cry, it's a great therapy. Otherwise, it creates lot of pressure. That is, whenever you have got sorrow, suffering, cry better. Alone, cry. Otherwise, you are creating lot of tension inside. That is why in olden days, the 10 days people are told you must cry, maximum cry. That was supposed to be a method of showing your particularly sorrow to the dead person. That is a prayer I have seen in our village and all. But people used to laugh at it, But you must know it is a therapy. That's why in our villages, olden days, the 10 days, daily morning and evening, people will sit. There is an altar. They will create an altar at home. There are all the things you must understand. We all think all foolishness they were doing. No. Like even do a prana pratishtha, the next day in the house in a particular place, they will do prana pratishtha of that soul there. And daily that is offered prayers and all there. There is a lamp always burning there. And in the morning, the people concerned will sit around it. Each one will start crying. Morning and evening you are supposed to do. Whether crying kinds or not, that's why they got lamentation. Like you sing, because in the movie what they do? Whenever any sorrow, they sing sorrowful song. Understand? Like that we had olden days. Understand? Tamil Plakanam Padaradu. That's why they call Padu. It is a cry, a song of cry. They had not only movie, they had special. In Gujarat, they got particularly people are appointed for that. They will come and they will cry. I don't know where all it is there, but at least in Gujarat there are special dress for that. Ladies will come wearing the special dress and their house people will not cry. For their sake, these people will cry. So what you should understand, somebody has to cry. That is why in the village, all people will come together. The village, your relatives will be there, even neighbors will come. I have seen in my childhood all these things. How many deaths I have seen in the village, all these things all I have seen completely. That's why I am telling you. Then I was also wondering how, because 2 minutes they cry, next minute they laugh. So I was wondering why it is. That is why it is like you pray to Bhagavan, like that it's a prayer. Showing respect to them or showing your sorrow. That we are not happy in your going, we are all sorrowful. That sorrow expressed in so many words. But certain people by expressing that, their pressure gets, because that person also wants to cry. If nobody cries, they cannot cry. So they make, okay, we also cry with you. Come on. This is called moral support. Moral support. You must understand all this psychology. But we laugh at them, we tickle them. It is not, sir. It is not. These are all the methods you must understand. Olden days, people followed all these things like a convention. It's a convention. Everything is a convention because we human beings need all these things. What to do? That's why all those things were there. Today we have particularly closed everything. That's why people are having a lot of problem, I tell you. They burn within themselves. They cannot express their sorrow, their worry. Nobody to share their things. Because everybody cries, hey, that's not good. Don't cry. Don't cry. This is what everybody says. I say, when I have got so much sorrow, why should I not cry, sir? What else I will do? So I have to cry inside or what? Should I keep my pressure inside? Why not express outside? That expression is called shedding tears, lamenting. That's what Rama says. I have not been, because I was worried that all the people around will start talking and they will go and tell my father and mother. I was wondering what to do. That's why Nija Loka Bhaya. I was afraid of my own relations around. Rama says, don't we think like that? What others will think, what others will think, what they will think, what they will think. This is what our thinking. Rama also tells the same thing. You can see how Rama tells like ordinary people in the world. This is what you must understand. Okay, continue. Now Rama again comes back to his old thing. Tells. So because of all these things, Rama says, now why? Because, as I told you, people will ask, Rama, why should we have all these unnecessary kingdoms, palace and so much of things? Why should you worry about all these things? I thought somebody may tell. Whether somebody told, whether even Vasistha asked him, we don't know. But based on that, Rama's next sloka, you must understand. Rama says, ye sab hai. I know this palace is there. Nothing is kachachapan kami nahi ho. Sarva hai. Tula kai kami hai? I told you. Kai nahi hai. Sarva hai. Jevda pahiye tevda. Kai pahiye sarva milnar. Tari Rama says, even though it is like that, I can get anything I want. I have to just ask, I will get. But still Rama says, what is the use of it? This is what you all must understand, I told you. Rama tells that. He says, no. Nashri Sukhaya Bhagavan Dukkaya Ivahi Vardhate Gupta Vinachinam Datte Mritim Vishalata Yatha. Hey Bhagavan, O Guru Vasistha Ji, my opinion is Shri na Sukhaya. Understand? Shri means all forms of wealth, prosperity, position, name, fame, everything is called Shri. Lakshmi. Shri means Lakshmi of any form. This is what we must understand. Generally, we are all running after Lakshmi only. That's why we would like to do Lakshmi Pujan, Lakshmi Pujan, Lakshmi Pujan. Understand it? Why? In our opinion, Lakshmi, wherever it is there, then we what? Sukham, Sukham, Sukham. That's what everybody thinks. Rama says, but my understanding is Shri na Sukhaya, na Sukhaya. I'll come back to that. After let me see the meaning, then I'll come back. But on the other hand, ulta kya hai? Dukkaya eva vardhate. Dukkaya eva. Dukkaya. In short, they are all contributory for all forms of dukkam only. If you really analyze and see, understand it, sir. Dukkaya eva vardhate. But generally people will not accept. No, I don't agree with you. That's all pessimism. Next minute it will be pessimism. Understand? People will say it's all pessimism. That's why the world is like that. That's why you cannot tell all these things. This is what I am telling you. That's why ये सब सुनने के लिए सबको अच्छा नहीं होगा. ये सब नहीं, ऐसा नहीं बोलना चाहिए, अच्छा नहीं है. Then you are not still fit to listen all these things. This is the vision of a person who wants freedom from samsara. Understand itself, please. This thinking is the real fit mind for samsara nivritti. On the other hand, you have got a positive outlook. You should not come anywhere near. You will say these are all pessimism. Understand? That's why we already told you. Who is necessary here? Nitya vastu viveka janita vairagyam. Till you don't have that, this will not become something pleasant for you. It will all look like what? Unpleasant. ऐकायला काय बरं वाटतच नाही. आता काय सांगतोय? That's what it is. बरं वाटणार नाही. बरं वाटणार नाही. काय आपला मन सर्व चांगला आहे पाहिजे म्हणतात आणि हे लोक म्हणतात ते चांगलं नाही. आता काय? That's it for you. It will not be convincing. It will not be convincing. That is why this what I told you in the beginning in my introduction. These are all not popularly taken for. That is why Bhagavan is telling such things should not be told. Atnyanam karma sanginam na buddhi bedam jane. These are all the things you must all understand. That's why present day people tell this must be told to youngsters. How can you tell all these things to youngsters? Huh? You tell youngsters all these pleasures are going to cause you all dukkha only. We don't have. How they will say? They are all working long, particularly so much for all that. Suddenly you go and tell all these things. These are all the things you all must understand. Speak to youngsters. What can you tell youngsters? Anything you tell them in their opinion is necessary. You can never say nothing is unnecessary. Is it or not? Raving party necessary or not? Yes, they will say. What they don't want, everything they want. Which they will agree that it is not necessary. In their opinion, everything is a necessity. Because our life is for enjoyment, their opinion is. Understand itself. That's why they say, rest people are very good because they have the maximum enjoyment there. That's why people are all there. People want to be there. So you all must understand that we cannot talk everything to everybody. That's why even grown-up people have got this outlook. That's why in our Shastra we said it is not for everybody. There are certain areas looks nice, but the gross standpoint is something else. It cannot be generally, totally, it is not. From a standpoint we are telling something. Unless you appreciate that, you will not always relish it. You will not relish it. आपल्याला बरा वाटणार नाही. गोडी वाटणार नाही. कधीच वाटणार नाही. जास्त त्रास वाटणार म्हणा. मग ऐकून त्रास वाटतो. वाटणारच. आता काय सांगतात? That's what it is. That is why it is all like औषधम for a rogi. For a rogi, औषधम will be बरा वाटत नाही सांगणार का? नाही. रोगीला औषधच चांगला वाटतं आहे का नाही? That is right. That's why I told you what is the rogam here. Bhava rogam, samsara rogam. The chikitsa is for that. Unless you understand all these things, these type of texts and all will never become alright. That's why it cannot be told in all its reality to everybody. That's why these things were kept specifically for such people. That's what not popular. But these days everything has become popular. So okay, make it popular. That's what we are also doing. Why in olden days it was not popularly told to everybody? It was not, they are not to be told because it will not work for them. On the other hand, it will create a lot of problems in the mind. Problems in the mind. Misunderstanding about a good thing. You will misunderstand a good thing to be bad. That's what you must understand. That is why whenever you try to advise somebody good, if they are not interested in that, they will mistake you. Is it or not? This is what children mistake you. Parents, everybody mistakes others. This is what the thing you all must understand. So that is why this is not told to everybody. But Rama tells what is its condition. Understand? So, Shri na sukhaya. But he means verily, indeed, sure, without doubt, vardhate dukkhaya eva. This is what Bhagavan told you. Parallel. Egi samsparshaja bhogaha dukkayonayayevate. Same thing was extended in the 16th chapter. When he talked about Rakshasa Asura Sampat, he talked. People running after Chintam Aparimeyam cha Palayantam Upasvitata Kama Upabhoga Paramaha Etavaditi Nishchitaha Ashapacha Shatair Baddhaha kama krodha parayanaha ikante kama bhogartham anyayena artha sanjayan. Understand it? All these things Bhagavan has told that mind will look at that only that way. Whether nyayena or anyayena, leave aside anyayena. Even nyayena you learn money for what? Bhogartham. Bhogartham. Again, second chapter, that's what Bhagavan told you. Okay, nothing wrong. Bhoga Ishwarya Prasaktanam Saya Apakrita Chetasam Vyavasayatmika Buddhihi Samadau na Vidhiyate. Means they are not layak for this. You can have it. You are fit for living the worldly life. Go there. But don't come here. Keeping that, don't come here. That's the idea. You are not still ready. Because you will ask 1,000 questions. ये कैसा होगा दुनिया में? ऐसा कैसा हो सकता है? ये कैसा हो सकता है? वो कैसा हो सकता है? तो आपको अगर उधर रहने का, that's why I have been repeating all this thing in the class so many times. If it is not, you find you are not a mumukshu, it is okay, you need not follow. That's why I have been again and again repeating that. But it is unavoidable for every mumukshu. We are discussing mumukshus. Rama is asking, samsara dukkha nivritti is asking. You must all understand. So when you think something is given dukkham, then you want a release from that. But as long as in your opinion, it is not giving dukkham, maybe for you, not for me. Okay, keep it. Keep it. Have it. This is what you must understand. So unless these things are clearly understood, we will listen all these things, but we will form different opinions, please. Opinions. This is why we have to tell all these things. That's why this thing explaining to you all takes a lot of time. इतना बरस, 7 बरस, 8 बरस क्यों लगता है भाई साहब? If it is simply अर्थ बोल के जाने का है तो ठीक है. आप लोग को समझाना पड़ता है ना, बहुत समझाना पड़ता है. So what is its position, why it is, otherwise misunderstanding comes. That's why it takes a lot of time, Otherwise Sanskrit meaning I already told you, I can go away. Understand it? You must know that. This is what I will tell you now. How do we approach anything? I am starting everything, I am not criticizing. Just to make you all understand in the world. In your own life, you see. Anything we approach thinking that, if I get what I have more than that, I will be happy. A situation I have got, other than that I get. When a person has got no job, understand? That person has got one freedom. What is the freedom? I did not get up and ready for going to office. आराम से उठो, आराम से बैठो, कभी खाना खाओ, कुछ नहीं है, कभी जाने का बाहर जाओ, नहीं तो सोते बैठो. All these things are there. But the day you sign an employment, go apply and get an employment. Can you remain sleeping? Jaldi. So now your mind thinks, how nice it was, I could sleep, now I cannot sleep. So now Shri, job is Shri. When you get a job, very good, congratulations, you say. But in your opinion, Shri, early morning I have to get up now. And all the days, they don't give us holiday also now. Another one, is it or not? So Shri, sukha hai kya dukha hai? First thing I am asking you, sukha hai kya dukha hai? Okay, in the office I am there, I am only an ordinary assistant, working there. Suddenly I have been longing, I must get promotion, I must become promotion. So, when you are an ordinary staff, 9 o'clock, go to office, sign, 5 o'clock, come back. Understand? But when you become an officer, can you go like that? You go early and come late. Sukha hai kya dukha hai? Understand? Pagar milta hai. But sukha hai kya dukha hai? No. Because at home, early you used to come, nowadays you don't come at all. That's another one. Another one at home. No, not only office to come, ghar comes. Understand it? And okay, previously I was getting little salary. Okay, I could bring the whole amount home. Understand itself? Because no income tax. But little went up, itna paisa jata income tax. Another dukkam or sukham? Dukkam. Understand it? Somebody said, no, I don't want to work. I want to start my own business. This is another one. I have told many people, at least in the office you are working, your work only, go early morning, come back. Once you start your business, can you come back? I am wedded now to job only, no house. Nowadays, you don't expect me to come. I will not be coming. And all sorts of things will come. The wife says, why did you start this business? I don't know. That's another one will start. It is dukkam or sukham because you cannot live with your family all the time running about here and there. Like this, if you analyze, Rama says, another one I will tell you. Okay, when both are single, man or woman, okay, boy or girl, whatever freedom you have got, is it or not? As a single, you have got lot of freedom. But at that time, the mind says, better get married. Understand? Then what happens? Both lose their freedom. So, sukhaya or dukkaya, every married people should say. So, everything is looked upon. Shri means contributory factor for happiness. What is our experience in life? Dukkaya. So, Rama is not exaggerating. Understand? This is the vivekam you should have. But how do you approach everything? कसा त्याच्या पाठी लावतो आपण. सुख देणार, सुख देणार, सुख देणार. पण शेवटी अनुभव काय? दुःखच. म्हणजे रामा खरं सांगते का खोटं सांगते? तर रामाला काय माहिती आहे? असं आहे का? It is not. That's what you must know. Because this is the way we talk. You must all understand. That's why I am saying all these examples to make you understand. You must know. So that is what you all should know. Our each one's life tells you what Rama says is 100% truth. Correct. Everybody knows. How we look at things, but what our experience is, you must understand. Same thing with children. When you don't have children, you long for children. When you get children, what do you say afterwards? Problem only. This is what it is. Right? Everything is like that. So what is in this life of this family life and this thing? What sukham is there? If you really ask, that is the foolishness. What to do? Too late now. Too late now. That is why Vedanta has kept a way out, understand? That is what it is. That is a way out. You also understand. Blessing in disguise. We should understand. That is how Vedanta must be understood properly. Vedanta should be understood properly. Till you don't understand, you say, kya hai malum nahi. That's what you must know. What it is, you should know. That's what is said here. Further. Now, even though it is like that, but people are running after that, so Rama is giving an example about them. That means, though this is the reality, though in their life they suffer, understand now, everybody मार खाता है अपना life में, बहुत in our life, but पीछे फिर भी उसका पीछे ही चलता है. That's what Rama is telling. That's what Rama is telling. दूरेणोत्सारिता लक्ष्म्या. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Please, sorry. Okay. Now Rama gives an example. How is this life? It is a gupta. Gupta means hidden, not clear. It is not easily understood, so that is why it's hidden. That is, though it is negative. Dukkha denar hai, but what sukha denar hai. How even that called gupta? Gupta means hidden, not clear. It doesn't see. What is that? Vishalata. Yatha. How even? A poisonous creeper. Vishalata. Lata everybody know. Creeper. And it is poisonous. Lata. Visha. त्याच्यामध्ये काहीतरी त्रास आहे, दोष आहे. Simple. Certain particularly plants are there. If they touches your body, kujli hota. That is called Vishalata. Understand? But you don't think it is a plant. But till you don't come in contact with that, it's okay. Like that, some fruit, if you don't know how, poison, you don't know. किती छान वाटत होता म्हणून घेतलं. Sometimes you take something looking nice, so bitter. That is another one. This is what Gupta. What it really is, sweet or sour or what it is, we don't know. But looks nice. Understand it? That is called temptation. Particularly glamour. So many things you all are attracted by that. Like that Rama says, all these things are Iva yatha vishalata gupta. If it is a vishalata, poisonous particularly, What is that? Mritim vinasham datte. A vinasham, particularly something not good. A danger or a destruction which will end up in what? Visham. Visham when you take, first it kills lot of problem. Ends up where? Maranam. Mriti maranam. Understand? Visham, except potassium cyanide, or particularly poisonous, snake poison, some of them, they instant death you get. All other thing, what do they do before death? Lot of suffering. Even people who take poison don't think they immediately die. They go through lot of suffering and then they die. That's why Rama says, the Gupta, Vinasham, initially suffering and end up in where? Mriti. Maranam. Like that, our life also with all these problems, what do they do? Initial suffering, and with all these things, end is what? Death only. That's what Rama is comparing. I will tell you my example, our example. Once we all went to Himalayas, first time. We as students, we went, and we had a camp for 45 days. At that time, we were all very happy when we went. And we were staying somewhere and our classes were somewhere. So from here we have to go and reach. There is a normal route, little circuitous, round, gumke jana hai. So what is human nature always? Shortcut. And somebody found a shortcut. Announced, there is a shortcut. Just behind where we are staying, behind there is what? But how it is? Through bushes. Lot of bushes and other things, you have to wade through that and go. But anyway, shortcut means run, so that you save some time. Others early morning get up and they think a few minutes you will get little. So for this purpose, so we all, and how are we? Those Himalayas, not everybody was wearing full sleeve dress and other things. I was always like this only anywhere. And everybody, so many people were like that. So when you are going, your bare body brushes against all these particular trees. So one day we went through that, and when we reached the ashram, from all our hands, blood was oozing. Then the Swami said, "Kidhar gaya tum log?" He started shouting at us. Hum log piche se aaye. Kaun aane ko bola udhar se? He started shouting at us. Then he took all of us inside, he applied something and all. It stopped. Kabhi udhar se mat aao. Wo sab vish hai. Mar jayega tum log. He was telling. So this is, we understand Gupta. What is Mr. Gupta? You don't know what it is. Gupta means hidden. It is hidden, not known. That is why it is. So like that, when you don't know it is Visham, that's why children. When you keep something poisonous, they don't know, they take and problem. You yourself, when you don't know something is harmful, you take and you suffer. That's why Gupta. That means Rama says what? This world and worldly things, it is really potentially problem, but not knowing, people are running, courting that and suffering in life. That's the idea. Okay? That's what is to be understood. Okay. Durenotsarita lakshmya punareva tamadarat ahobata sishyativa nirlajja durjana sada. Now Rama says, when you are suffering something, this is what you must understand. When you suffer, it is no more Shri. काय तुम्हाला त्रास देता चांगला म्हणते का? तेव्हा काय म्हणतात? हे टाकून देतो, ठेवू नका. This called उत्सारिता दूरेण. ते फेकून दे, तो नको, टाकून दे, तो नको आपल्याला. Why? हे त्रास देणार, नको. Why? अलक्ष्म्या. Early Shri. Shri means Sukham. Alakshmi means what? All Dukkham. Understand itself. Lakshmi, Alakshmi. Lakshmi means all good. Alakshmi means all that is not good. Understand itself. That way Shri Devi, Mu Devi they will say. Understand? That's called Alakshmi. That's Alakshmi. So Alakshmiya Duryanami Alakshmiya iti bhavanaya. looking at it as something harmful, defective, not prosperity. Lakshmi is not prosperity. It is not for prosperity, it is not for good. So with this attitude, durena utsarita. Lam tevla, मी तिकडे जात नाही, घेत नाही, all this outlook. ते durena. Lam teva. ते आपल्याला नको, आणू नको इकडे. All this outlook. This outlook, that's initially. Even though once you do that, Rama says, even then, tam punareva adarat ashlashyati iva. Punareva, puna, after some time, adaratin with all relation. Adarat with favoritism. Oh, chane, mala have, mala avadato, manu. I like it, I want. You forget. And again you run after that. Ashlashyati, won't embrace. You court it. You go after that. This is what human being does. कितना मार खाने से भी उधर ही जाएगा. That is the idea, Rama says. खूब मार खाता है, फिर भी उधर ही जाता है. Understand it, sir? Everybody. This is what human beings don't learn through their experience. Understand it, sir? Otherwise, if you are intelligent, you will learn from your own experience. But are we not doing many times? No, I thought it might have changed. Is it or not? This is what you say. I thought maybe in those days it was like that. No, I thought it is better. So I went, I did, I got the same thing. This is what all sorts of things we say. That's what Rama says particularly here. This is what Rama says. Because somebody asked you, I said, last time you had this problem, no? Where did you go? I thought these days it might be better. That's why I went. We give all these things. So that is what Rama says particularly. Adara means with a relish and the positive outlook, you go after that. Giving a preference. Adara, preference. Preference. Wanting. Apni avada. Pasand hai. And want to go. That is what you always say. Adara, ashlishyati iva. Hu aho. Sada. Nirlajja durjanaha. Two conditions Rama says. Because they have got no lajja and they are not matured enough, durjana. It is not they are doing bad. But what is not good for them, they do, that's a durjana. Here durjana is not bad people. Because you are foolish. That foolishness is called durjana. Veda manje काय? खराब आदमी है का? Veda manje ते veda है. म्हणून खराब है. That is what it is. That's the idea. So Rama says, so ashlishyati iva aho. काय करू बाबा, काय करू अहो. Rama says. Understand it, Sarala. People are not learning. They are still committing the same foolish mistake. That's what Rama says. So that means what? Human beings don't seem to learn through their own experience. Not somebody's experience. One's own experience itself. Then what to talk of others' experience? If it is others' experience, maybe theirs, not ours. That is the most question. Somebody says, you don't know that fellow? No, I thought maybe only for him, not for me. So that's why I went. That's another way. Otherwise, others' experience should be sufficient. So no, still I go. Thinking it may not happen to me. So I go there. This is what people do. So Rama says, okay. Now that, what is it you are quoting? Vishayam. That is Rama says particularly. Vishayashi Vishasanga Parijarjara Chetasam Apraudatma Vivekanam Ayuraya Sakaranam. Now Rama compares all these people. Final his statement he says. Rama's conclusion understanding. Ramala असा जीवनाबद्दल काय सांगायचं आणि असा माणसाबद्दल काय सांगायचं. What he has to say. Rama's opinion is telling. Who are these people? Vishaya Ashi Vishasanga Parijarjara Chetasa. People whose antakaranam, mind, buddhi, jarjaram, weak. Matara zala buddhi. Buddhi ne matara. अशक्तपणे काय विचार करायला सुद्धा होत नाही. That is अशक्तपणे. Not able to think. Even if you suggest, विचार करू शकत नाही. That condition. Why? Because of that is called Vyasani Lok. Vyasani. Any addicts, what is the condition? You appeal to them. At that moment, they will say, next minute they cannot do anything. They are all lost completely. They are helpless, I tell you, helpless. Though they got a freedom, but that particular addiction is so strong, they have become slaves. So what is slave? The buddhi, freedom to think, everything is gone. This is what Arjuna says in Gita to Krishna. Karpanya doshopa hatat sobhavasa. This is what it is. This is what Bhagavan told you, buddhi nasha pranashyati. These are all the things. Gita. Pranashyati means you lose your freedom to think, your freedom to take particularly measures to remedy all these things, remedial measures you cannot do. Even when suggest to some people, you are unable to do. That's why such people are forcefully kept. That is why all these particular alcoholic, anonymous and so many places, by force they are kept. Otherwise they independent, they cannot do. So totally under somebody's regular watch they have to be kept. Because if you leave them, next minute they will do something. So that is what Rama says, Pari Jarjara Chetasa means their buddhi, Jarjara, weak, cannot think. Though you have got an independent capacity. Like Bacche log na, why you are so careful about children? Though they have got a buddhi, but their buddhi is still not ready to independently take some decision. Even in the office, that's why juniors, why juniors are given freedom? Because they are not ready to take decision on their own. This is why we have got different stages. That's called weak they are. Means they are not grown up, matured enough. So here they were matured, but the maturity health is gone. That is when somebody is weak, you need to support them. Though they are grown up, but they are weak, you have to support them. Like that here our buddhi needs props, independently cannot do anything. You leave it to them, they will mess up the whole thing. That is the condition Rama says. So such people, what is the problem for them? Aisa kaisa ho gaya? Asa ashaktapan काय झालं? कामुळे झालं? These are all the questions you will ask. Why did it come? How did it come? Vishaya ashi visha sangam tena parijarjitam. Your constant contact and courting with this vishayam, first of all. And asha, vishaya asha, craving, longing for this enjoyment of pleasures for vishaya. Vishaya. That asha, you went, what is vishaya? Visha asangam. It is like poison coating. That's why certain things you take, there is some poison that is spoiling your health which you don't know. Understand? Certain things we take like drugs and other things, there was some poison in that. That poison only spoils the health. There are certain things you take, it has got poison. That's why science is telling that you regularly take, this problem will come, that will get affected, this will get affected. That's what they are telling. But otherwise, superficially, it doesn't look. But on analysis, you find this contribute that. That's why they are regularly writing in the paper, regular taking of this will create this problem, that will get damaged, this will get damaged. So many things they are telling. Is it or not? Like that, Rama says, regularly you go for all these things, your particular capacity of vivekanam, that particular reasoning out capacity gradually becomes weak. Why? Because you have become a slave to that. It makes you a slave. Then buddhi, reasoning and all will not work at all. Like what? Here Vishaya, even gamblers, what happens? Gambling becomes a habit. They cannot live without gambling. Alcohol people cannot. Anybody, all these people cannot live. Today, simple thing, I am not criticizing, people are telling idiot box. Is it not there also? People say idiot box, they are all idiots standing in front of that or sitting in front of that. Every day at the particular time, people find they are not able to be free from that. Is it or not? So this is what Rama says, though we have got buddhi, but at that moment, people rush to their house. No, that's serious. They come. They have Vishasangam, understand? Asanga. The mind is craving and longing at that time. The time comes, like an alcoholic fellow, they cannot stand. No, I'm going. It's getting late. They run for that. Is it not happening? This is what Rama is telling. Like this, each one has got their own thing, their own thing. Each one has got their own thing. You must understand that. So, Vishaya Ashi Visham. Visham means that is defective. That is why I have told you in Gita, Vishayam. Okay? Now, Sanskrit two words are Vish and Ayam. Put it other way around. I am Vish. Do you think like that? This is called Gupta Visham. Understand itself? What is the difference? It makes you slave. Understand? गुलामी होता है, उसके बिगर नहीं रह सकता है, किसके बिगर नहीं रह सकता है. You had freedom, but you cannot. Beginning from anything like tea, coffee, so many things are like that. Everything is like that. Smoking, all vishayas, so many vishayas, any type of thing. We all easily get addicted to that. And then though we were free before, that's why I told you, we can get away from everything if you think there was a time when I was without it. So I can be free from that. Your mind doesn't allow you. That is a परिजर्जर चेहरा. ऐसा सोच नहीं सकता है, सोचने को नहीं होता है. आपको क्या बोलने में हमसे नहीं होता है. That's the thing. That is a परिजर्जर चेहरा. Even somebody suggests to you, but still आप क्या बोलता है? आपको क्या बोलने में हमसे नहीं होता है. That's what it is. That's the परिजर्जर. Weak. So become weak. अरे तुम ऐसा नहीं था, अभी क्यों ऐसा बोलता है? मालूम नहीं, अभी नहीं होता हमसे. That's what it is. That's what it is. Everyone is like that in their own way, in degree variation. We are all in our own areas, I tell you. In our own areas, everyone has got that small thing. But each one has to understand that. If that is the cause, we must be able to get out of that by our own analysis. These are all called Vivekam. This is what Bhagavan says in Gita, Sankalpa Prabhavan Kama. Sarva Sankalpa Sannyasi. All these things. Actually, similar in Gita is differently presented here. Rama is telling that which we should understand. So, particularly Chetasam, who are they now? Why they are like that? Rama gives reason. Aprauda Atma Vivekanam. Prauda means matured. Aprauda, immature. Apakwa. In all vernacular, Prauda means adult. Proud means adult. So, aprauda means what? Still not adult. That is physically adult, mentally not adult. Understand? That's what you must understand. That's what you always, I told you in Gita also, you ask your children, you are child or what now? You are not child. Why are you being childish? You are not child now. Because in your opinion, they are not child. But still they behave like child. That's called apraudam. So in what apraudam they are? Atma Vivekam. Rama says. They don't seem to understand what is our life, what for. That's why human beings are aprauda. They don't understand the purpose of human life. What is the purpose of human life? Because in their opinion, the life is only for bhogam. That's what Rama is telling. Atma Vivekam here is to understand what is the difference in human life and all these things. Rama is going to tell that. Already Rama told her he is going to tell that everything is living in the world. What is the big life of doing all these things? That's what Rama says. Understand it. We think we are doing it. Rama says, why? Even trees are living, animals are living. What is this life of bhogam and eating and living? What is great about it? Rama is going to ask. If you are not come across that, it will come in. Understand it. So that is why aprauda Atma Vivekam is people don't seem to realize what is the vishesham of this human birth. That way we are told in the Tattva Bodha itself, in the vision of our Shastra and Scriptures, Jantunam Narajanma Durlabham. Narajanma, special. So many Janmas are there. And in all these Janmas, Narajanma is something very special. Until we don't understand that, we will think our life is like everybody to enjoy. That's what we think. That's what Rama is telling here. Aprauda Atma Vivekanam. And because our enjoyment, pleasure is important, we spend maximum time, whatever we give that, that's why employment, business, earning, that, this, our life major portion goes there only. Is it or not? Because they are all necessity for us. And all these necessity, how you will get? Unless you spend your time there. That's why you must understand, in olden days, in our country, these things were very less. Why? You must know that is the vishesham of Bharatiya Samskara. That is what is called Sanatana Dharma. In our country, people were understanding the purpose of human life is not for enjoyment, that is minimum, absolute essential. They kept. All other things they kept away. That's why in our country, we were not economically and other things. We never gave importance to economical development, other development and all. Not that we cannot do. But they said human life is that, our scriptures are like that. They kept it that way. Hence, compared to other people who are poor country, modern language, underdeveloped, all that. Because that development was not considered to be essential. What essential was this development? Spiritual development, I told you. Our life is for spiritual development. When that is not important, natural, economic, other developments are very, very important. Once we have gone there, we cannot accept this development. That's why we are all telling what is the necessity for all these things. Our life can go without this. That's what I told you all. All must understand. That's why when you think, that's what you must all understand. Whenever you think, there is a necessity for this. Actually, people cannot live without this around. Don't you think sometimes? That's why youngsters will ask you, there is a necessity for it. I told you, Hindi में ऐसा है, क्या इसके भीतर पेट नहीं भरेगा क्या? Next question will ask. आपका के भगवान नहीं तो क्या पेट नहीं भरेगा क्या? भगवत गीता नहीं पढ़ेगा तो पेट नहीं भरेगा क्या? ये नहीं करेगा तो पेट नहीं भरेगा क्या? That means without this other things can go. There is a necessity. That's the idea. That's the idea. Is it or not? If you say, after all, correct, no? Because they will immediately say, what about Western country? They are having all these things or what? They are all so prosperous without this. So why should we all these things? That is important. That is the present day. Is it or not? You all must understand. They are right. You don't say no. As long as you think that is the life, natural. Because you think human life is for that. If you think that, naturally science and science growth, development, everything is ultimately for what? I told you many times. To contribute to this, happiness, comfort, that's all. What else science is doing, tell me. Science is good, but what it is improving? This comfort, standard of living, that's all. Nothing else, nothing else. That is one side as Rama says. If you see another way, that itself is contributing a lot of problems also. Is it or not? That is what Rama says. Vishayam is Visham. So these are all the things you must think. That's why we cannot tell all these things in the newspaper. Pessimism, they will ban all these things. Must understand. That is why we can talk all these things only to people who want moksha. Moksha. Samsara nivritti. Not for others. That's why I always tell, this is not for all and sundry. Please, please, please. Understand, understand. In total, this we cannot tell everybody. We cannot tell everybody. That's why in our Shastra, they kept it away from everybody. But gave to people who really want it. That's why you have to approach. That's why Bhagavan says, Sad Vidhi Pranipatena Pariprasnena Devaya. You are supposed to go and ask for that. By understanding. But not because I know give to everybody. It is not allowed in our Shastra because of all these reasons. Because it cannot, I told you, sab खाना सबको नहीं दे सकता है. सब खाना बच्चे को दे सकता है? I told you. Similar to that. हर एक बुद्धि एक, इसमें हजम नहीं होगा बुद्धि में. बहुत तकलीफ देगा. उधर तो पेट खराब हो जाएगा, इधर बुद्धि खराब हो जाएगा. You must all understand that. वैसे आप लोग को खुद को कितना खराब होता है हमको मालूम नहीं. Because you are all coming here. But whether it is giving you something positive or negative, I myself don't know. But since you are all coming, I think it is positive. Understand it. Understand it. Please understand me. That's why I always ask you all whether you want or want. Because I cannot take it for granted that it is positively doing some good to you. I don't want to take it. That's why I always ask you, do you want to continue? Do you want to do it? Please. That's why I always ask that. Because I don't want to take it for granted. Because we know that it takes a lot of maturity to digest it and feel that it is something really favorable and good for us. Otherwise it can create a lot of problem in life. Understand it? That's why our Shastra says, Yoga Bhrashtaha. Yoga Bhrashtaha means neither fit for the world nor for this. इधर भी नहीं उधर भी नहीं ऐसा हो जाएगा. उधर जाएगा तो वो अच्छा नहीं लगता, इधर आएगा तो ये अच्छा नहीं लगता है, दोनों नहीं होगा. That should not happen. That is what Buddhi Vedam generates. No, it should not do that. But half mind is there, half mind is here. So one place. That will be possible only when you have got total maturity. That's what you all must understand. That's what Rama is presenting here particularly. So, Aprauda Atma Vivekanam Ayuhu. Ayuhu means what? Their life. Unka Ayu. Maharashtra, they know very well. Hindi also Ayuhu means Apna Jivan. Our Jivan. What is that? Ayasa Karanam. Trasacha Karan. Ayasa means Musibat. All problems. Such a life will become give tras only. Understand? That is what you must all understand. Our life. You must understand, analyze your own life. Though you are running after pleasure, sukham, but which is weighing more? Balance you put. The effort and the net result sukham, which is more? Please. That's what I ask. For the amount of trouble people take and their sukham or comfort, business, if you invest and return, that's what Rama is telling. So in short, there is more suffering and minimum pleasure, minimum sukham. This is net result of people, but still what to do? They don't seem to understand why? Aprauda Atma Vivekanam. Because they are still not matured enough to understand the defect in that. This dosham. That's what Bhagavan says. What is this life? First of all, he says, particularly, dukkha yati. Yati dukkha dosha. That people are not. That's why Bhagavan told you, if you want to free from that, try to think this dosham defect there. Then you will come. Dosha drishtya muhuhu. Then your mind will come. Because wherever you find defect, your mind doesn't say, udhar nahi jane ka. Once you understood. But as long as you say, acha, jane ka bolega. Simple, your mind is like that. So if your mind understands the defect in this type of life, will you wrong and crave for that? That is what is Vedanta. That thinking. That is called Vivekam. If it is not there, Aprauda Atma Vivekam. That's what is said there. Means the purpose of human life is not understood. Mature, not understood. That's right. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukhamabhave. Om Shanti Hari.